I'm Yehuda Blum. I live in Crown Heights. I do freelance illustration. I've been working on Kinder-Loshn with Jordan for pretty much since the beginning. Jordan asked me to help out with the first book, Das kluge Schneiderl, which is the story of a clever tailor who, through his ingenuity, is able to outmaneuver villains, and a sort of collection of folktales that are strung together around this main character. So when I was reading it, I noticed that there were sort of moralistic bents to it, like good and evil, that I thought could be represented visually in the pictures, symbolically, with Schneiderl as a sort of virtuous, intelligent figure that does good in the world, and he has a good heart, and he's able to figure out things and solve problems for people, and he has a sort of a charitable and kind soul. You could see, like in the cover image, it's sort of split down the middle. There's Schneiderl on the right side, sort of bathed in light and color, singing. He has this sort of natural control, I think, over himself and nature and his mind. He also has a joy, this character, a joy of being in the world, I think, which you see in the way that he sings and delights in things throughout the story. Like, each individual illustration is sort of a world unto itself. I think the illustration that's probably draws the most from references is chapter 8 in the Tudor Palace. I put it specifically in Henry VIII's Hampton Court, and I put the tapestries that are on the wall there, and I tried to make it feel like a complete Tudor scene. With the letters, I wanted to show a moment from the story, like an illustration, but also have it read as a letter. So for example, the Aleph, which shows a prisoner whose hands are chained. I fit each hand into one of the segments of the Aleph on the top left and the bottom right. And then in the slash going across, I put the body of the prisoner, and forming the tip of the Aleph, the spear of the guard. So it took a lot of repositioning and trying out different arrangements, a lot of sketches in the beginning, and I would try to find like what is the best combination of like something that will sort of complement and highlight the shape of the letter, but is also like an important moment in the chapter that follows, or at least an evocative image from it. In all of the illustrations, I tried to find like an emotional connection or something that interested me about the scene, so that anybody looking at any of the illustrations could find something resonant in it, could glean something about the characters. I liked the opportunity to work on a kid's book. The story it's rough at times, and I mean it could be enjoyed by any age, I think, and it deals with themes that are relevant to everybody. Something that motivated me at times was memories of how I enjoyed illustrations in books. When I was younger, especially, it would be like almost something that would make me want to read a book when I was little. And so I knew I had that pressure for like younger audiences. The sort of transportational power of an image for a child can carry a lot of significance. I love the idea of the project to sort of produce a new crop of published material for young readers in Yiddish. My grandparents spoke Yiddish, I speak Yiddish, and it's an important language to me, as well as one that I feel is so rich and full of possibilities for people to explore. I mean, the literature is immense. And with this project, we're making new some of the texts that someone might see as something of the past. Is like, if it comes out in a new edition, then maybe its relevance will be restated. It has a different quality to it, the sound of it, the feel of it on the page. It has an expressive quality different than English, which I think these books can convey.